Ah!
Ah!
Ah.
I think that's going to be the name of the title. Yeah, I'll just silence.
I am sorry.
You good?
I'm really distracted. I'm sorry. I have a lot on my mind right now.
Yeah, I heard you got a little person per woman.
No, not yet. I'm still single.
Okay.
I did get one of my co-workers' phone number though.
Yeah, someone has an eye for you.
Yeah, I had an eye for her, but I didn't tell her how I feel.
Fair enough.
Right now, I'm just like, being a friend more.
Tell her that you have this podcast and then expose all your deep and dark secrets on here and she'll hear it.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'd rather, tell her when I'm ready, Because I don't know if she feels the same way either.
Fair enough. Search for work on my end hasn't gone too bad. I got an interview with McDonald's for next week. That's pretty much the only sort of eventful and good thing to happen to me at all this week. I haven't had really a good vibe at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did ours about a day early because last week we were one day late, right?
Yeah.
We just finished up a CR meeting with our program, which is a Celebrate Recovery, actually. Sort of a Christian, sort of Alcoholic Anonymous sort of thing, right?
Yeah. I struggle sometimes. I had a very bad day at work yesterday. A coworker got mad at me for no reason.
That could be bad, that could be good. He might just be having a bad day himself.
Yeah, but he really made me really pissed off. I wanted to rip his head off.
Don't attack people.
I didn't. I had to hold in my anger. Because,
I think you need a
therapist? Yes.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
I don't like therapy. I don't like talking about my feelers as much.
What about your medication?
I don't need medication. You call me crazy.
No, I'm saying if you want to punch a dude, you gotta talk it out, or it's not good to bottle up,
I talked to somebody, don't worry. I had a really cool security guard that I talked to. Pretty cool.
Alright. I think I'm gonna try and do another episode on Minecraft.
You know what's funny? We can play together. You know that? I can play on my phone and you can play on your laptop.
We could probably set something up soon.
Yeah, because I forgot I have some friends on my phone that play on PC.
Right.
Because I haven't played Minecraft in a while.
We could make it like a thing where you come out here, we play it, the mic's out, and it's kind of like co-op gameplay, like the Game Grumps.
But the cool thing is, you can stream it on YouTube, and I can stream it on my live stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because I can record my gameplay on that, and they can hear everything I'm saying on my side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to look for a location we could do D&D in on the library. Yesterday, even though I was supposed to do it on Wednesday, But the weather out here is so blisteringly hot. I needed I couldn't do it on Wednesday. Fortunately, the library in our town said no, so I'm gonna try and keep looking for a place. It's probably gonna be outside, but seeing as how I have some sound absorption equipment, it may work if we just find a place like a park or something. I really want to get into a game with you.
Yeah. D&D sounds like fun. I haven't played D&D in a long time. And my characters need to come out. I kind of miss playing as my old character, to be honest, the really overpowered one.
Do you want to continue the story we had, or?
Yeah, I want to continue the story that we have, but with the characters that we made.
Okay.
And then, we can make another side story for my old character that has to go against a whole bunch of bosses at one time.
Sure.
For the intro.
We'll do a death tournament or something.
But
I might even put my little.
Yeah, but the sad thing is my character can't die.
Your characters could die?
The humans ones can. It's just my very overpowered one can't. You remember he has freaking infinity health?
Yes, he does have infinity health. Yep. Ah, that's unfair. But I'll make it work.
You remember? I told you that. You remember?
I know.
He was my first character ever made.
But weirdly enough, though, I do have you know which character I mean when I say I have one that specifically kind of is built as a counter to yours.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean the character that I've made in the game isn't necessarily as powerful, but he still can die like he can.
Yeah, I was cursed because of my brother. He just made me curse because he didn't like me playing D&D with him and his friends.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, and apparently, Van Diesel used to play Dungeons and Dragons, right? He's a level...
Oh, yeah, I remember.
He was a level 100 and something last witch hunter.
I think it was something like he went on...
he was a very high level last witch hunter, though.
He went on, was it Matt Mercer's, I think, D&D channel sort of thing, and he played with them for one round, but he had a real life childhood where he did legitimately play D&D for a little bit. And,
he did.
And he played a level 2 or I don't know, I may be butchering it, but he was I don't think it was straight up level 1, but they played in a swamp or something.
Yeah, but he was called the Last Witch Hunter. He also did the movie too. Well, you say he was a level 99 witch hunter or something like that. He's a very high level too.
You're not going to believe this. Back out in Ohio, right about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Before I moved back to Cali, I had a friend. His name was John.
John.
He was actually. I mean, it was all online, but he said that he was direct friends with Matthew Mercer, and John would make stories. And Matthew would he would send them over to Matthew to have them be judged, and just so he can review it and see if he can get a good story. And I thought that was kind of cool. I knew a guy.
Yeah.
Who knew a guy.
Who knew a guy?
Who knew a guy's cousin.
Yeah. D&D. D&D was my favorite game.
I think it's for me there's usually I think there's people in the game universe that either in the D&D universe like to be the player or the DM, and I kind of like being both either way.
Yeah.
I'm a story maker at heart, and I like making stories and writing things down. But I also like playing video games, so that side of me comes out when I'm a player. That's why also when we DM'd, the mechanics were really bare minimum and not too complicated. You remember that?
I remember that. And my characters were nuts. I remember one time I was playing D&D with my brother, and I think we were playing in the U.S., but apocalypse US. Like everything was on fire, destroyed buildings and stuff.
Okay.
But and then they sent my character, of course, to hell. I didn't die, but they just sent me there apparently. So
Why?
I don't know, to fight a fire titan or something. They just
A fire titan.
yeah. So I didn't fight him first, but I fought like the main boss of hell, basically, like one of the Satan's minions.
What in the
Yeah,
world?
yeah. My brother made D&D like twisted, and that's how I got the cursed sword that made me immortal. And then I killed the fire titan, took his skull, and carried it around all the time with me, so I can make fun of my brother's friends. Like, haha, I killed a titan, you suckers.
Okay, let me. I gotta make it. I've read a bit of the monster manual, and for players and DMs, you gotta have like 2 or 3 of those big book things to understand certain things. One of the 3 main ones has to deal with just monsters in general. It's called the Monsters Manual.
Yeah.
The other one is the Player's Handbook, and I think the other one is a tip for dungeon masters if they want the additional advice. I think. And I read a lot into the Monsters Manual because it's very much kind of like Pokemon, where you get all the stats, but you get a picture of the monster.
Mm-hmm.
You get the stats of their height, their size, what they would smell like. They would even do like a brief description on the real actual personality, where you'd find it. And there is one on not the elements, but there was a description for a normal titan, and what normal titans are. Just average titans are the sons and daughters, or just the offspring of the literal gods.
Yeah.
And they have the power and the ability of gods,
Yeah.
but in mortal form, usually. Meaning, and they can be as big as like
Mountains, buildings.
I was gonna say like Pacific Rim robots and stuff.
Well, the Pacific Rim robots
And as mobile as them.
They're as big as basically buildings.
No, skyscrapers are like the tallest buildings people in the real world have made.
Actually, the biggest buildings, like the skyscraper in New York.
Yes.
That's like super high up there.
Yes, I mean they can get that big.
Yeah, I don't know why, but my brother always had me fight fire titans and all them stupid titans.
And there are some exceptions, like if the parent of the titan that you killed, or if the god that the titan was birthed from allowed the titan to come back to life.
Yeah.
They get to come back immortally as much as they want.
Yeah.
But in some scenarios, the titan goes evil and you kill them, and the god is like, no, you can't come back. Stay in the afterlife.
Yeah.
They have like the ability to alter and change the weather. I think one of the stats said that if 2 titans were to ever clash against each other, it could possibly destroy the planet. It's that bad. They're like walking. The walking United States.
Yeah. Basically, our United States was in the apocalypse, so everything was like destroyed.
All right.
So when we were fighting, and I think we were in New York this time. I don't know why you put us in New York.
You could, if you're having trouble with charging your phone right there, you can move it over there.
I am actually. And then
people can hear you better.
I get electrocuted up there.
Technical difficulties, everybody. Hold on. Ah!
That's how my phone's being retarded. Sorry.
Hello, everybody.
Sorry, my phone's being retarded. My phone won't charge.
Welcome to Let's Play Silence.
Silence. But yeah, go back to the story. Yeah, we were in New York at the time, and we were fighting like mid-level grunts and stuff.
Like creatures?
Yeah, like goblins
in the U.S.
Yeah, my brother made it weird. Okay, my brother's weird.
I mean, do you remember my story?
Yeah.
Do you? I don't say what it is, but do you understand how I'm a bit surprised about what you just said with connected to my story?
Yeah, and then throughout the things there was werewolves, vampires, aliens, and then there was sometimes there would be like a dragon flying around, so you like literally had to stay on guard all the time. So my character's freaking carrying a sword around, always out, because there's dragons flying around. You don't know if the dragon's gonna attack you.
No.
So y'all swinging this. I'm swinging this big old sword, freaking slicing dragons when they come down and try to kill me.
I remember playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and they have a lot of D&D elements, and dragons were like.
Dragons are cool.
There's like 5 or 6 dragons that you can optionally fight in the whole game, and and you only have to fight I think 2 out of the 6 in the main story.
Yeah.
But they are all, even including the final boss in that game, the dragons were much stupidly more difficult. Even the ones you had to fight in a mandatory story area.
Yeah.
They were so okay. For example,
like Skyrim.
Yeah.
Or Dragon Age.
They're even worse. They are like legitimate actual bosses that will like have this fire breath attack that will instantly either KO or put all of your party members into 25% health if you don't move out of the way. And sometimes
think about Skyrim without all the cheats that you can put on. Like the God cheat that you can kill anything with one hit. You literally will die by a dragon. I have died by so many dragons in Skyrim.
My main approach is just to stay away from the head and the tail and stay near the stomach where they do the least amount of attacks.
But here's the thing: when you start shooting them down with the bow, they come down. And then that's like the perfect time to attack them, but it's like the worst time to attack them because they freaking can rip your freaking head off.
I almost never specialize in a bow in Skyrim.
I have. I got my bow up to like level 100.
Yeah.
I use like when I'm like doing like the stealth missions or like sneaking into an enemy camp, not being spotted. I use a bow.
I suppose so. I mean,
and I do like killing animals in the game too, because I like hitting the dares with the bow, and that's how you get some points up too, your skills up.
I think the hardest boss in Skyrim would actually be like, the first Dragonborn.
Well, yeah, he was pretty hard to fight.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. The enemies are extremely easy if you're smart enough to know how to deal with them. The bosses are just like HP pulls with like...
Yeah.
It's one of those, if you have enough health potions and you time it right, you'll always win.
Yeah, like, especially when they take down your health and you get like real mad and you have to hide behind a wall, drink potions, eat food.
You can just, if you get lucky, some bosses you can even just hide behind boulders, like the more human-shaped ones, sized ones, and they would just like forget about you and just go on and hide or go back to where they were. The bosses themselves. I think the reason why the first Dragonborn was the hardest, which was in the DLC, is because he has like all of your powers, has all of your thumbs and shouts, all of your abilities, and he has like more than one life, which puts he's the boss that took the most out of my health potion flasks, because he just kept doing the same thing my character did and kept reviving themselves. And there were like dragons around providing support, and there were multiple phases with each time he died he'd change into it. He'd hold a different weapon, he'd have different abilities, and I think it was like really cool. I'm in love with bosses that are like human shaped but have like titanic abilities. That could, like the fight, like bosses that are like your size, but you know they can fight Titanic-sized enemies
Oh
themselves.
yeah. Like, I'm 5'10", so
Like you see this guy lift up a Titan themselves, and you throw it, and he challenges you to a fight.
and I just Dragon Ball see him. Throw.
That kind of
Like
villain I kind of like.
I like playing Skyrim a lot back in the day, and I think my favorite weapons were the bows and swords, the one-handed swords.
Yeah.
Because I know if you use two-handed, two one-handed swords, you can do a lot of attack melee damage. But the thing is, you can't block.
And no magic.
And no magic. So you literally
All in.
all in or all out, because I was really good dual wielding, like straight up. I maybe got hit a couple times, but I killed my enemies very quickly though.
I always like to dual wield daggers, to be honest.
I always do the one-handed swords. I got the glass swords.
All right.
At some point. Those were my favorite swords because they're all green and shiny. Or I get I started mining Hearthstone.
Hearthstone?
Heart, like heart and stone. It's a rare ore. You have to go to another island, and that's in the DLC.
Was that in the Dawnbreaker or
I think it was
Solstein?
I think it was Solstein. That's where you find it at.
Okay.
And you mine it. You have to have your forging all the way up to make that armor and swords and stuff. And it feels great to have that armor.
Sounds like the Netherrack in Minecraft.
Basically, but dude, it protects you a lot more, and it's
Right.
like most powerful weapons you can get too. Or unless if you're modding.
Yeah.
I don't like cheaters.
Sorry, folks. This guy over here is probably talking to.
Sorry, people blowing up my phone, my sister, my friends.
Yeah.
I'm popular today too.
I'm not popular at all.
I said I'm on my way. Because you didn't read that text message, apparently.
I didn't. I believe everyone's privacy is to their own.
Well, no. You text me, I reply back on my way.
Ah!
Ah!
Alright.
And the only thing is that I live upstairs now, and it's super quiet. I have a hard time falling asleep at night now.
I would assume so. I mean...
Let me see you guys in Exodus. And, ever since I moved up there, I'm not going to sleep till like 2 or 3 in the morning. I remember, I think it was Wednesday, I had to do my first 7 a.m. shift. And I didn't go to bed till like 3 in the morning. So, I only got like 2 hours of sleep. And I still went to work dead tired.
That's why you should probably hit like a...
I tried medication. Believe me, I tried all medications, all sleeping types of medication, and they do not work for people with insomnia.
Fair enough. I just heard that melatonin sort of assists or improves.
It doesn't help with my...
Okay.
I tried even like antidepressant medications when I was diagnosed with bipolar depression. It did not work at all.
I actually did try it when I was back in high school.
I did too. I was like 14 taking antidepressants.
For me, it not only did nothing, it had an adverse reaction, and I got worse when I had that for some reason.
When I took my first antidepressant, was called Zoloft. It made me turn into an a-hole. I had a lot of anger issues.
Oh.
And it did not work. It made me more depressed and more angry. I literally socked holes in my door. That's to feel pain.
Jeez.
Because I was so numb because I was so depressed and angry. Because I was getting picked on at school and I didn't know how to deal with it.
Okay.
So it led with my depression, then it led to drinking, and it went downhill from there.
I don't get too much into mine. It got a bit out of hand.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
It wasn't a good emotional state, but let's see. You hear? Oh,
Yeah?
have you heard of a game called Alan Wake?
Alan Wake?
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake?
It's a mystery thriller horror.
Where do you find that game at?
I was watching it on YouTube, and it's a single person story that is heavily like rich with story, and it's about like a guy who's fighting horror monsters.
Yeah. Sounds like cool.
But that's the cool thing is because it's the game is about a guy who is a writer, a famous writer, and the story is actually, ironically, the best part of the game because you do fight enemies, and there are some, it's not a lot, but there are a couple of bosses. But the story itself and the cutscenes and all of it is so rich and so cool to. It's like you're reading from a book while you're playing levels from the game. And I remember playing a slight spin off from it. But I looked up online because I was watching somebody play the remastered version of Alan Wake, and I think you would actually kind of like it because you fight literal people that are consumed by the power of darkness, and you get to destroy them. The game company that just that made Alan Wake, which was like 10 years ago, they made it over a decade. They've been making a couple of other side games that are similar controls, similar mechanics, and they just released the trailers a couple days ago.
Yeah?
That they are in the process, and they are not that they are in the process of. They finished it, and they made a trailer for Alan Wake 2. From Alan Wake, which was about 10 years ago, and it's kind of like really cool because the main character is made to look like the guy who's actually voice acting the character.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of
cool.
Yeah, because it's horror, but the cool thing about the story is that there's a mystery surrounding the horror, and it's explained really well, and it's understood by the end, and they leave off on a weird cliffhanger that you don't entirely get, and it's told in like a book. A way a book would tell you.
Yeah. Like, I think my favorite game so far that I watch previews for that doesn't come out till October is the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I would like to. I still need to get my receipt from my friend's house so I can go put the last $30 on it.
Yeah, you are getting your paychecks.
Yeah, I am getting paid again tomorrow. And I skateboarded today to where I work at to get some snacks because my dad almost ate all my hot fries, and that was my snack for work.
Yeah.
I like my 10-minute break, so I skated all the way down there to go buy 2 bags of hot fries and a Gatorade because I didn't skate ever since they told us we couldn't skate.
Okay.
On the grounds here. So I haven't skate in over a year. And I was dead tired coming back. I almost fell down the stairs.
Jeez.
My legs almost gave out. I'm like, dang, I am dying.
That's the concept I'm kind of scared of at work is like the never ending.
Hey.
Every day, 8 hours standing up, and then you go home. You are expected to maturely pay your taxes, pay your bills, make sure everything is well up, run, and kempt, and you are expected to become or stay mentally stable by the end of it all.
Like, here's the thing. I worked for 8 days straight. Like, I started from last Thursday and worked till all the way up to this Thursday. I did not have a day off.
I can't imagine.
8 days.
I've worked 5 days in a row before, but not 8.
freaking, I had some night shifts, and then when Sunday came around, they changed my schedule on me. Because where I work out, they always change your schedules. They change your hours every week.
Oh,
So, Monday and Tuesday, I was working 2 to 8:30.
okay.
And then Wednesday and Thursday, I was working to 7 to 3 in the afternoon. And that wiped me out, bro. I came back tired because I'm not so used to waking up that early.
Listen, I'll be honest with a lot of friends of mine back in high school when they immediately got a job. There was like a breaking point that they all like sort of had, and they didn't act like themselves, and it's very like scary.
It's like when
a personality change.
I worked. I like the night shifts. They're fun because I go at like my old schedule was like 3:30 to 11.
Yeah.
And I like that schedule because I get off at 11. I come home, eat, go to sleep, and then I can sleep all day. Wake up like around 11 o'clock to take my shower and get ready for work.
All right.
Well, I take my shower because I don't have to go in till like 3:30.
Okay.
So I just lay in bed, watch some Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever I'm watching.
All right.
And then I get ready for work. I usually lay down in shorts and a muscle shirt. So, because it gets hot up there too sometimes.
I can imagine.
So I'm sleeping in shorts and basically this muscle shirt right here. And I sleep with just my weighted blanket. Yes, I do sleep with a weighted blanket. It's 25 pounds though. It might squish some people, especially children, because it's heavy.
It can get that hot in California.
Well, I work outside, and I think last Saturday I was working outside. It was like 108 degrees outside. Wearing no hat, so my face got sunburnt, my neck got sunburnt, my arms are freaking sunburnt. Skin is peeling.
All right, all right.
It freaking sucks because I forgot to get sunscreen.
Looks like also we got a few people who are in the program that are hearing about our like podcasts and stuff, and they want to like guest star, right?
Yeah. Guess who I saw today?
Who? Doug?
Mm-hmm.
Josh? Yeah, no, I talked.
He was at CR.
Oh yeah. He gave me his number. I talked to him about it. He said, "Well, I'm gonna try to call him sometime." He told me his work schedule. He goes from Monday to. I don't think we should be talking about this, his private life, but he gave me his work schedule to talk to him. I'm trying to see on Sunday if he'd be willing to come over and guest star because. I talked to him before I even got this set up, like 6 months into the first part of the program about the podcast that I wanted to make, and he said he wanted to join. So
yeah,
I wouldn't mind inviting him over for an episode.
Yeah, because I'm hoping if I go in on Sunday, hopefully I have like different days off. I'm hoping I have Friday and Saturday off again. Because I don't like having days off like in the middle of the week like I did last week. I had it on Tuesday and Wednesday.
I cannot handle when it comes to work, if it's like your days off are Sunday and Thursday, and they don't like have 2 consecutive days where you could just sleep for a good portion.
I know.
Yeah.
Like
you got today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I got today and tomorrow off. I like having the weekends off.
Yeah.
Because, having, like, days off on the weekend sucks. I mean, not sucks, but having days off during the week, like Tuesday and Wednesday, that sucks. Because I enjoy my weekends. I enjoy having fun on the weekends, hanging out with my friends, hanging out with you,
Yeah.
and like going to work on weekends suck. I can't enjoy myself. Like it just bores me. Like I'm ready to go home. Like after like
It drains, right?
it drains me because I'm running laps over people outside because I have this one dude has really bad work ethics. He works slow. He's lazy.
Ah.
He just stands there or goes inside. I'm literally yesterday I pushed in 13 carts by myself. And I'm a small dude. I barely weigh 125 pounds.
That guy sounds like me.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going like this. I'm collecting carts. I push in 6, 7 carts at a time. You only supposed to do 6, but that one day I did 13 because people kept on handing me their carts.
Fair enough.
And I'm all freaking slinging carts, like not like literally slinging them, but I can literally like push.
Well, you'll probably be first in the call for the next raise.
Probably.
Early bird gets the worm.
Like, I just went to work to pick up Marcos. Well, I didn't go to work, but we went to go pick him up.
Yeah.
And literally, there was sharpening carts everywhere. Like, nobody has done it.
Well, it's the struggle because if you're gonna have hard work, you're gonna have something to do. But if you have easy work, it's easy, but you'll have little to do.
See, I'm an outgoing person, so I need a lot of things to do. I don't like standing around. I don't like staying in one spot. When I'm at work, I'm constantly going. Like, even if I have one card out there, I still go get it and come back. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, it's hot outside. Yeah, I take a 5-minute break because it told us on the orientation video. Drink water, rest, and stay in shade for 5 minutes.
Didn't they, crap, I lost my train of thought. Crap, I just freaking...
It bounced out of your head?
Yeah. It has something to do with your work. Let's see.
Elmer?
Maybe something to do with Elmer. Oh, yes. I heard that you're allowed to like have a like one headphone in whenever you're.
Someone told me I couldn't wear one outside.
Probably could clarify with Elmer because if Elmer said you can, I think you said he was one of the 2 main bosses.
Yeah, well, I talked to George. He's one of the main bosses too. And yeah, I asked him, I was like, "Hey, can I wear headphones outside? Because music helps me stay in pace." He's like, "You gotta be careful out there, but you can have one."
Okay.
And you just have to hear for the cars. Cause oh yeah, I have a funny story too at work. One day I was pushing a sharpen carts, right? And this lady did not see me, and she hit the sharpen carts.
Oh.
She was not paying attention.
Fair enough.
I almost got ran over at work.
Let's see what else has happened this week. D&D work. Oh, you already tell them I got an interview at Mickey D's.
Mickey D.
Let's anime any new games out.
New anime games coming out. I haven't seen any yet. But speaking of anime, I've been watching a lot of anime on Netflix. Right now I'm watching I think I'm on the 4th season of the 7 Deadly Sins.
Do I need to talk about them? Do I need to explain the ironicism of that statement and where we are.
Yeah, well, that's the name of the TV show.
I think I've seen a few clips on YouTube. Like
Ellen Monis or something like that. He's the leader of the group. He's like freaking this short, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's like 3,000 years old.
There's a guy named Greed.
No.
That might be Full Metal Alchemist then.
No, Greed is... I forgot who his name was. But no, you got the Foxen.
Okay.
You got the Sloth.
Alright.
And then you got the Sloth. His name is King. He's a fairy king.
Oh, is he an old guy?
No, he looks really young.
Okay.
And then you got I forgot her name, but she's a freaking giant.
Okay.
And then what is his and then you got the Foxen, who is Meliodas' best friend. That's the Foxen, and this dude drank the immortal water so he can never die.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really interesting show. I am on season 6 on Naruto.
Oh my, the original one? Did you get in because I recommended it to you?
No, I used to watch that show all the time. It's just I haven't watched it in a very long time. So I started from all the way from season 1 to all the way to season 6. I benched watched it for like a whole week. That's the only reason why I'm on season 6.
Alright.
Yes.
I like the fight between Naruto and Gaara, to be honest.
I've been watching other shows. I watched a show called Eden Zero. I finished Sword Art Online. I just finished season 4, Art Online. Season 4 was kind of different.
I think you might like Soul Eater.
I think I watched that one too already. They only have one season.
Yeah, sort of. They have a
on Netflix. They only have one season.
No. They have a spin-off called Soul Eater 2, where it's a different show. And
I didn't see that one.
It's in the same universe.
They only have Soul Eater 1 on there.
All right. You know the guy at the end of one that you had to like kill and stuff.
Mhm.
Not you, but the main characters, and how like all the weapons have the real personified form.
Yeah.
You know that the laser thing that came out of the bad guy near the end of Soul Eater?
Yeah.
That's actually his weapon. That's a soul weapon, and the show is actually about that laser. When they killed the main character, when they killed the main villain, he got rid of that weird laser thing, and she was freed, and she got to be herself again. And there's a whole season.
That girl.
There's a whole season about her. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Then she like freaked out and had a panic attack when she saw that one. What kind of? It was like the black one. Well, I don't want to say black. It was like the darker one that had red eyes, and that's the one that killed her parents. And every time when she sees it, she flips out, and she has to take medication.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I heard from an offshoot friend a while ago that it was about the laser guy from the villain of season 1, because I've seen the first show but not the second at all.
No, this is the first one.
Oh.
I forgot what they called it. No, they call it the Dark. It was like one, those regular ones that they had to fight?
We're being nerds, I'm sorry.
But they had to fight there was a darker one. And they called it the Godless or something like that. And it's like bigger than all the other ones, and it eats his own kind. That's the one who killed that I think she was from like France or something like that.
What?
Yeah, she was cool because she had a really cool weapon too.
I have no idea what we're talking about right now.
That show was nuts. That's all I'm gonna say. But there's a lot of crazy shows out there.
Yeah. I think the most obscure anime for me was like either Angel Beats or I don't remember the title, but I remember watching the whole series about this anime sort of space force group fighting these aliens over the space but not atmosphere over Earth, and like they all have like these mechs fighting these giant aliens, and in the midst of the battle they were having, the mech people retreated while the aliens followed, except for like one mech guy who got their engine disabled and he crash lands on Earth, and he only like heard rumors about Earth and all that. I think I'm spoiling something heavily, so please, if you don't want to hear this, you don't have to hear this. And it's all about mechs and stuff. And you find out that Earth is completely flooded and is now like I think thousands or hundreds of thousands of years in the future. And there's a society of metal like oil rigs and tankers, and people live on Earth still, but like on these weird mechanical ships.
Yeah.
And you find out like the aliens originally came from Earth, and they were actually an offshoot science group.
Yeah.
That mutated into the aliens, and then like there's this offshoot group of humans that were against them, and that ensued an origin of two species that actually were both connected by Earth itself, but they seemed or believed that they weren't. It was like Star Trek believing that they weren't from Earth, fighting the Borgs, but both the Borgs and Star Trek originated from Earth, and they both used to be the same people. It's kind of weird, but also kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for saying all that.
No, there's other animes that I like to watch. My favorite one so far I used to like to watch back in the day was called High School of the Dead. Because it was teenagers soon in zombies, and I had dreams as a teenager. Because as a teenager, when I was in high school, and I had dreams of a zombie apocalypse, and I was fighting in the middle of the apocalypse with guns and swords and stuff, and I'm saving people.
Yeah, there's you know that is one of the reasons people normally watch High School of the Dead.
Yeah, because that was my favorite show in high school, and then my other one was Bleach, and then Naruto, and then all the other ones, because I used to watch Bleach when it came out in 2001.
Alright.
And it has like so many seasons, so many episodes. It's like in the thousands of episodes.
You gotta be committed.
You gotta be committed to it.
Which is why whenever people talk to me about anime, I feel so proud of myself when I say that I watched the full first series of Naruto in about half a Shippuden. Because just the first whole Naruto series as a kid was over hundreds and hundreds of episodes long. And that was a feat for me as a kid. I watched a lot of it over just the course of Toonami, man. Like, do you remember that on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, dude, I used to love watching Tsunami at like 3 o'clock in the morning till 6. Like, dude, it was like always on at 12 o'clock at night. Yeah. And it went on till like 6 in the morning. So you're staying up for a whole night and there's nothing but watching anime. And then at 6 o'clock, your favorite kids shows come on after that. And then you stay up all day just watching your favorite kids shows. And then you go to bed like super late at night.
Yeah.
Because Adult Swim came on after that, and you turn off the TV, then you go to bed.
I remember my first night watching Adult Swim, before I even knew what it was to watch Toonami, and I was like, I just woke up one night, turned on the TV to Cartoon Network, because I was just tired, and I was weirded out. To me, Adult Swim seemed so weird to me. I did not get adult stuff. Jeez.
Yeah,
I don't go on anywhere else on Adult Swim besides Toonami. Like, I don't touch any of those weird shows.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't I don't like Family Guy. I don't like Bob. I don't know what.
No, I'm not even talking about
Bob Burger's fine, but like Family Guy takes it too far with Jesus. So does some of the other shows. That's why I don't really watch them anymore.
No, I'm sort of talking about the more obscure ones, like I remember seeing a commercial on Adult Swim for a show called Squidbillies.
Oh yeah, that one is.
I'm not going anywhere near those types of shows. Is what I'm saying. Those ones that show up at like 4:30 a.m. in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Maybe Rick and Morty if it was allowed, but
yeah, Rick and Morty is actually a bad show to watch here.
Yeah, I know.
Cause how like demented is. You know the actor who plays Rick is actually drunk.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez. They I think they started to do some like character development in the later seasons with Rick. And I think he's like, it's explaining why he's always so drunk is because I think he's depressed.
I think so too. But the actor who actually does play him though is actually drunk.
I don't want to call a spade, but
well, here's the thing: the show is funny, but it's very bad though.
Yeah.
I like watching like shows that are not like attacking God at all. I like watching, I like watching wild channels, I like watching animals sometimes, Like my favorite show I was watching on Netflix was called the World's 72 Dangerous Animals in the World. They're like 2 different types of TV shows called that.
Yeah.
And they talk about what this animal can do to people in each episode, and whoever takes the #1 spot.
Jeez. Yeah.
And then they show sometimes they talk about spiders, snakes, tigers, lions, all different kinds of animals,
Yes.
And then Planet Earth, I like watching that show too because it talks about the planet itself.
I like watching that probably because it would help me sleep, and like it's a really relaxing show to zone out on. There's this series of a Let's Player that I'm watching currently right now called Raft. A YouTuber by the name of Co-Carnage is playing it, and there's over 128 or 112 episodes, and I'm only on like episode 18, and I always watch that a few episodes of that series before I go to bed, just because it helps me go to sleep. And for me, I've replaced a lot of the shows that I used to watch from TV to just Let's Plays. Like for me, I'm not lying when I say I have replaced my normal television sort of staple.
Honest. Yeah.
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 I sort of replaced television shows with Let's Plays because I think there's so many stupid freaking video games out there. Many Let's Players out there with different personalities.
Yes, and I grew up playing video games.
Yeah.
I enjoy playing them. It's one of my favorite hobbies to do too. But when people ask you, hey, what's your favorite hobbies? I leave out video games because I don't want females to judge me on my hobbies. So I say I go fishing, camping, hiking, skateboarding, and just sitting in the woods. Because I actually do like doing those things. Those are my favorite hobbies. But I haven't done that in so long because I've been down here in Mexico.
Did you just say you're down here in New Mexico?
I said Mexico, bro. Get with the program.
Ah!
And there's no woods here. Like, I like being outdoors. I was like that when I was a kid. Before I got into playing hardcore video games, like up 24/7, drinking Mountain Dew, eating hot Cheetos.
For me, it was Takis and the Monster Energy drinks.
I was drinking Mountain Dew, NOS energy drinks, Monsters, Red Bull before they came out with Bang, Venom, and all those other stupid energy drinks. I was drinking those. I was drinking coffee. I was drinking anything that's to keep me awake for like months. So, like, between all that, I wasn't really into video games growing up. Like, I was playing some video games in middle school, but it was like really rare. And I was outside playing with my friends. We had Nerf wars because we were living in this apartment complex.
All right.
I lived there for like 6.5 years. Me and my mom decided to move out because something happened. And then we had Nerf wars. We had pool parties. We had not like with alcohol because we were children, so it was like a kids' pool party.
All right.
And then when I got to high school, it dropped because I was getting picked on. And my mom at the time was sleeping every day. She hardly got out of bed. The only time when she got out...
We are not having a depressing ending.
No, we're going to finish it up with something awesome. But throughout going through high school, I was just very depressed. I was like so tired of being bullied. And plus, not really having a mother there for you.
I get you.
And then I started playing video games more. And more. And more. And then I dropped out of high school for 3 years. And kept on playing every day.
For video games?
Yeah. I escaped playing video games. That's how I escaped from reality. I was always in video games. I'm always buying new games. I'm always playing new games that came out.
Jeez.
I would ask my mom, hey, can we go buy this game? And she felt really bad because I was always depressed. So she bought me games and games and games. She bought me an Xbox One when it came out.
Okay.
And then I got addicted to playing a lot of video games.
I'm not.
And drinking too, but it was both in combined.
It's not a good combination.
No.
I can't say that I dropped out for 3 years from high school, but I did technically graduate off the butt of my seat, like
I did graduate.
The fire on my. You know what I'm trying to say, like
yeah.
There was a lot of D's and C's in it.
Yeah, I had to go back because I had two options because I was under 18.
Yeah.
Go to school or your mom goes to jail.
What?
Yeah. That's an actual because I was underage. I was 17.
I get you.
So I didn't graduate high school until I was 18. I was supposed to graduate in 2015.
Okay.
But instead of graduating in 2015, I did summer school. Yes. And I did a whole full year of school to graduate from high school.
Looking back on it, I don't think I like high school. That brought out the worst in me, to be honest.
I had a nickname in high school. I was called the quiet one.
I was called, and I'm not kidding, in junior high I was nicknamed that Kingdom Hearts guy.
I was called the quiet one in high school because I didn't talk to nobody. I had my headphones in, and at lunch I didn't really eat either. I would just walk around in a circle.
I would do that very often too in high school.
But here's the thing. I was wearing jackets in summertime.
Jeez.
And I was so depressed that I tried to commit suicide 5 times. Tried. But it all failed.
Sorry, man.
Because I was tired of living. I was tired of people hurting me.
I get you.
Because I am a very kind, loving person. I don't like seeing people being hurt. I've been through so much that my coworker, they were crying, and I literally walked up to them and gave them a hug and told them it's going to be okay.
I don't. I understand the sensitivity of the subject here, but I did used to do that as well. I do. In fact, to this day, I really like seeing people happy.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm honest. I am kind. I have a heart of gold. I have a big heart, and people always use that against me. Always. Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you give me money? Hey, can you do this, do that? They use me as a freaking floor mat.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
And I got tired of it. That's what led me to drink in the first place.
It's the worst. It's the worst side of humanity. You know, if people find out that they can walk all over you, they will, because they want the easiest and shortest route in life. And normally, the hardest route offers the biggest payment of like a mentally healthy person. Yeah. And I truly believe to be the best you can be in life is to be a nice guy, and the nice person does not finish last. I believe the nice person actually finishes first, because they don't care about winning the race. They care about the love and the care and the happiness. That selfish guy who wants the money, and then there's the nice guy who wants the wife.
It's like this. The kind, or it's like this. I was watching TikTok one time, and the people says the quiet ones are the kindest. The hurt ones always put a smile to help the other people.
Yeah, but a lot of the...
Because even though I'm hurting and people ask me, how are you doing? I always tell them, I'm fine. And the reality is, I'm not. I'm broken.
I do believe that people who are more quiet are probably a lot more kinder. But if you look around at a lot in life, they're the ones that are also the ones that sort of explode the most, and they take lives, and they do horrendous things. And I believe it's because that their heart is so kind and nice, and that they try to do these things for people, is that when the wrong people come into their life and they break that kind of person, they go out of their way to end as many lives as they can, because their mind can't deal with people like that.
Yeah, and you know what hurt? And it hurts because mean people use the kind people and abuse them, verbally beat them down,
and they just don't care.
Emotionally damage them, and they don't care, and that sucks. Because I'm very sensitive. Like, you say, like, I'm not doing a great job or something, it brings me down. It's like I'm just done.
We need to find a better subject to end this.
Well, at least people know a little bit more of our history, though, from our past.
I think we're
way over an hour.
Well, a tiny bit, but we shouldn't always get this deep at the end, even if it's like 10 at night.
I know, but it helps me talk about it, because even though I don't have anybody to talk to,
yeah,
and everybody always has somebody to go talk to, I don't.
Oh, this is gonna be a way for you to be therapeutic.
And this is kind of therapeutic for me now. People can understand how I truly feel inside, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Couple people guest starring or wanting to guest star on the podcast. I'm going to be trying to work on making a legitimate Let's Play on YouTube, and I'm going to be uploading each and every one of the failed episodes that I know I'm going to suck at as comedic relief for people to like it until I get to a point where I think I can make a series. And maybe one day, hopefully with you,
Yeah.
we'll set up a duo Let's Play session, and we might crank out a few episodes, hopefully. Today it was.
And speaking of days, I'm going to work, not working, but I'm going to my workplace to pick up my check at 11 o'clock in the morning, so I'll be leaving here around like 10:30 to go skate all the way down to where I work at and all the way back over here.
Oh my freaking goodness. You know, if you were smart about it, you could probably take some of the money that you earn to buy a bike and it would be faster and easier.
I don't like bikes. I was not into riding bikes. I was more into skating. I enjoy actually skating because
it is faster.
I know bikes are faster.
You get a moped.
I got some good bearings in my skateboard. It's called Reds.
All right.
They keep on spinning. Like I was skating, Union, right? You know the bridge that takes you underneath when you go to Superior Groceries?
Yeah.
Literally don't have to push. I'm skating all the way down and back up.
Yeah, but if you make one wrong turn and you swerve to the right, you ain't swerving no.
Well, here's the thing. I have great balance because I've been skating since I was 5 years old. So,
when I was 10, I tried to skateboard and then I landed flat on my butt, and my butt hurt. With like my denim jean pants. I was just curious, and I kicked the. I think I literally kicked the skateboard right underneath me, and I hit the pavement like I sat on it.
Like I crashed a lot on concrete, and I literally smacked my head, and you can literally hear the impact of my skull smacking concrete.
No.
And I got back up, laughed it off, and skated again.
Alright.
When I got older, I started laughing at the pain instead of crying about the pain.
Okay.
I came home with cuts and bruises from skating.
Okay.
And I shrugged it off, laughed, and kept on pushing because people would pick on me too because they call me a very big old crybaby.
Okay.
But, and that's another reason why I wear sorry.
Yep.
That's the reason why I like wearing skate shoes too, because I grew up wearing skate shoes. Like I used to wear DCs, Elements,
Alright.
Fans.
I think we ended on a good note, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You're ending the podcast, and it's a good day.
Have a good night.
I guess it's a good night. If you're listening to this at nighttime or daytime or evening time,
You have a great day.
or banana time, have a great day.
Or have some chocolate cake.
This has been Accidentally on Purpose.
Accidentally on purpose.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for listening.
How come you got that part right?